Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your player partner, Carl Mack in the house, chilling right here in Sanger, California, with my good friend and personal tattoo man, Clem Mosquito. What's up?
What's up, my brother? Thank you. I appreciate you coming out and talking to me, and it's just an honor, man.
No problem, no problem. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're a busy guy.
For you, I got time, you know.
All right. Let's remember that next time I want a session.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get to this, man.
Hey, but you ever get a flat? Call me.
Oh man, it was a mission to get out here today. I got stranded, and Clem went to go hook it up.
Yeah,
he got me over here.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. Let's get to our questions. First of all, how long have you been tattooing, and how'd you get started?
Yeah, I used to keep track. Because I remember back in '99 I experimented, and I had brothers been in prison, and so I had to learn that way. That was the only way I thought I could learn, and so I ended up, I had to make one of those homemade tattoo guns with the guitar string, and so that's how I kind of got started.
Who taught you how to make them?
Oh, that's a good question too, because I didn't know where to start. So I learned off a professional. His name is Marcos Mejia. Much props to him. He's the one who basically talked me through it. And just with him talking me through it, then with my own little knowledge I got, I built the machine, and it worked. And
did it work the first time?
No, it was horrible. horrible experience. It was bad, but you got to start somewhere, and it was a hard road, let's just say that. It was very hard road. Yeah.
So who were some of your influences?
My biggest influences in the tattoo world, it'd be Marcos Mejia, and right now he's in tattooing out of Rosarito in Mexico. So he was my biggest influence, because every tattoo I ever saw on the streets was, not to say, it wasn't, to my standards, it wasn't really true art. And when I saw Marcos's work, it was realism, which is normal now. But back in the 90s, to me, I was amazed that he could make something look real on the skin when I could barely draw half as good on paper. So I was already, when I met him, I knew he was special. I knew he had something that I never thought I could get, but so it was awesome that I met him. So I could say he was my biggest influence when it came to the tattoo world. I've been studying some older artists from other generations, like Salvador Dali. To me, he's super interesting, super, man, how do you say it, man? I'm not too good at the words, but he's just like eccentric, something like that. You know what I mean? He's just,
man.
Yeah, he's just like, he's a genius, and I love that he believed in himself so much. He knew he was great. You know what I mean? So
what type of artwork does he do?
He had his style was called surrealism, and really weird stuff, bro. If you were to,
it's a trip.
Oh man, yeah, it's like out of this world shit. But if you look him up, it's Salvador Dali,
Yeah.
And just, he's an amazing man, from the past, and I love that he's, he has that Latino blood in him, probably from Spain, not Mexico, but still he's from Spain, and he talked a little bit of that Spanish, so I understood his interviews, and just like I said, I love his, he just believed in himself so much, and proved that he was great. He not just believed in himself, he proved he was great. You know what I mean? That's the problem too now with people, is that we think we're great, but we don't prove it. You know, it's not.
All talk, no action.
Yeah, you know, a lot of like all these new generation, you know, that's what they're about. They're about, oh, I'm this, I'm that, but you know, you don't see it. They got a good talk game, but when it comes down to it, you know, they're too busy buying like Jordans, and they don't have a car to brag about or talk about, you know.
Yeah.
So like, you know, all you new kids out there, you know, all you new generation, you know, man, you know,
Have your priorities straight.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Because I want to see you succeed. Don't get me wrong, you know, but you can't just talk about it, man. You got to put hard work in, man. I mean, I got 15 years in, and I'm still barely starting, in my opinion, in my heart. So I mean, it's not easy, man. Yeah, I mean, if I could give any advice to the young people out there, is you maybe go to school or find a job as soon as possible, man. And if you want a tattoo, you want to be a tattoo artist, do it on the side, man. Get a job and tattoo only on the side, little by little, until you're good enough to have a steady clientele. That's what I did. I mean, I had to work a regular job for 16 years of my life, you know.
Do you think the tattooing is getting too flooded nowadays, or is it a healthy competition?
Man, it could go either way, you know, because I know it is flooded nowadays. But see, for me, I'm open-minded. I love to see people trying to do it, because out of a lot of people, you're going to get one great one. You know what I mean? So I love to see how far people are going to take tattoos. You know what I mean? Like right now, we're at a crazy level, bro. I mean, you have to be badass to get any kind of props, you know? So that's the good thing about it being so popular, is that there's going to be some geniuses out there, you know what I mean? Or we're going to become the geniuses, you know, us starting out. And we're almost there, you know. But that's what I like about it. And what I don't like about it, yeah, everybody wants to do it. Like I said before, they, you know, man, like, you're not, you know, it don't happen overnight for them, but they think it is. See, like I said, like I go back, I had to do 16 years of hard labor work till I finally built my clientele, you know, at the same time tattooing at night, working in the day, you know. And that's the thing, is you gotta have plan B.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not, you know, it's hard to say, you know, because I believe that God gives everyone a gift. You know, He gives you a portion, but then it's up to you to build it up. You know, because whatever, you know.
Very true.
Yeah, whatever was given to me, it was hard building up till now. So, I mean, we all have something. It's just that I wish, you know, my advice to the young kids is get a real job and work your ass off. And when you have free time, then pursue tattooing with all your heart, you know, but still have some money coming in, because it's hard, you know. It's hard. Times right now are super hard. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
I've just been blessed all my life, bro. I can't, you know, much props. All honor to God, you know. Man, He opened up a good job. I was a meat cutter, cutting meat, $18 an hour, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's good. God bless me, you know. So, you know, I'm just very fortunate that my life has turned out in this direction, you know.
Cool. So, what's your favorite style of tattoos? And do you prefer black and gray or color?
Oh, yeah, well,
So many styles.
yeah, right now there's a lot of things, a lot of different things coming out, but I'm like a traditional, you know, not to stereotype, but I'm just a stereotypical artist, man. I love black and gray. I love realism. And, you know, but I'm also, I have to, you know, I have to put food on my plate. So I'll do almost any style as long as I'm confident enough to do a great job at it. So, I mean, I'll try any style as long as I'm confident. But there has been styles where I can't do it. You know, I'm honest with my clients. If I can't do something or pull something off, I won't even attempt it. So I like just to keep everything, you know, keep it real, because I don't like biting off more than I could chew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it just goes back to, I've been tattooing since '99 till now. I haven't added up the years, but it might be like 15. So, it's taken that long to be confident in what you do, and still every tattoo I do, I doubt myself. It's just my human instinct is like everyone's a challenge. People think that a name is easy, or a wrist tattoo would be easy, a simple design, but it's never easy.
Sometimes simple's harder.
Exactly.
It's more noticeable.
Yeah, that's exactly right. People need to know that every tattoo, it takes skill and it's hard. So I mean, I feel for all my tattoo artist brothers. We're all brothers, so I feel for them because they work hard. To get where they're at.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, what's the biggest tattoo that you've worked on, and the smallest?
Well, the biggest I did, back pieces. A lot of the guys who are, they're down, they want to do back pieces, and then those end up being the bigger tattoos. And in my career, even though I've had like 15 years in, I don't have too many big back pieces done. I mean, yours is I'm not sure. I don't remember if it was complete, but
no. Hopefully, we'll finish it tonight.
Right, right. But yeah. So, and also, I mean, it's hard because I like to be a real person. I want to keep it real. And when I started working on you, I was still learning, and it's hard to see your old work. Like the things when you first started, because see now I've advanced to a little better quality work, and so that's the hard thing about being a tattoo artist is that, man, we start from nothing and build ourselves up to the best we could do, and then we keep going. I mean, the great artists always keep going. We're never satisfied with our last tattoo. We wanna rise to a higher level.
Yeah.
And nowadays you have to, because, man, the competition is out there. You know what I mean? And you have to do your best every tattoo. At least I feel that in my heart.
Yeah. So what's the craziest request you've gotten for a tattoo, and did he do it?
Well, when I first started tattooing, it's when I had the crazy requests. I mean, I remember one female in particular. She was, she kind of looked like one of those girls, like from what's that show, Zach Morrison or something. It was something on Saturday. She was a curly hair girl. Yeah, so some girl. She was on some movie like Strip Tease or something back in the '90s or something.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, she looked like her, and I was like, okay, this girl's asking me to tattoo her in her, private area, and she's gorgeous. She was pretty, but she was with her boyfriend. And that was like the first time that I got a crazy request like that. I had to do a private area down here.
Was it crazy because her boyfriend was there, or just awkward?
It was just crazy to me. I mean, it just, I've heard about tattoo artist stories, and a lot of guys tattoo a lot of women. But for some reason, early in my career, I was tattooing 90% men, all the time. So her coming in looking like a model, and she wanted a tattoo down there. I mean, I did it, but that was my weirdest request, and even till this day, I don't really get a lot of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
that's the one that stands out.
That one definitely I'll never forget, because, man, I was just like, man, this is a trip.
Yeah. What about pain? Do you get a lot of complainers in here, or do they say, "Oh, you got an easy hand, and
no,
you could get down"? Or have you ever had any people pass out? Or
okay, yeah, the first
gotta
part,
wake 'em up.
Yeah, the first part of your question was on the pain, right? Like,
yeah.
There, I gotta give props to all my clients. I don't know. Hey, it must be in this Sangertown water, or if they're from Fresno, wherever they're from. There's some tough guys, man. I mean, they're in here. I'm tattooing them. They're not moving. They're just like got a mad dog, They're just like this, and I'm tattooing them. I'm going to town, brother. I'm doing 6 hours on these guys, and they don't move, you know. And then I remember getting my tattoos. I did a face like this, and then you know, my tattoo artist was hilarious. He's like, hey, what hurt more, the tattoo or your face after the tattoo was done, you know, from cramping up probably, you know. It made me laugh, you know, because he knew that I was making face expressions, you know. So when I see...
Which tattoo is the one that hurt you the most?
I gotta say the neck, man. One of these, I think it was the one Rob from Numb Image. The Fresno Don. Much props to him. He's a amazing artist. I'm really, man, I'm honored to get tattooed by him. I haven't got tattooed by him lately, but he is the Fresno Don, and he gets down. Oh, he's representing for our community, like our town. In my opinion, I give him all props. He's the best artist that I've seen, you know. So much props to Rob, you know, and his crew. You know, they're good artists, you know. Yeah.
Cool.
And like, well, not to get it. Well, I guess that wasn't the question, but the question was, yeah, my neck tattoo he did, man. The last white highlights he put, I felt the room get super hot, like if he turned the heater on, and I think it was in the middle of the summer. So I knew he didn't turn the heater on. So that was the weirdest feeling I had, because I felt the room get so hot. I don't know if that was the beginning of me passing out or what.
So let's talk about tattoo conventions now. Which ones do you like going to?
Well, back in 07 and 06, all the way to like 02 was... I think it was 02 was the first one I have ever been to. It was in Oakland. And
you remember what that one was called?
I think it was Paul Booth Tattoo the Earth or something. It was an awesome show, and that's when I first learned about Paul Booth and all these, you know, awesome artists, you know. And even my buddy that day got tattooed by that famous guy, Joe Capablanco or something, you know. So I kind of met him there, you know. So I met all these people little by little.
Yeah.
But the convention that really stays in my heart and in my mind is when they were doing what was it called in Hollywood? It was on Sunset, I think. So it was a convention they had there, like Ink Ballers or something, or Ink. Something like that. But that's when my brother and we met Chuco, you know, which is right here, you know, my
rest in peace, Chuco.
Yeah, so yeah, we met him in the Hollywood Tattoo Convention, and it was awesome because, you know, to see him all those years. I think it was in 2002, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and then, you know, all the way to 2008, you know. But I remember seeing them for the last time in Pomona. No, it was the last time was in LA at the Staples Center. I think that was the last time that I seen him, and we were honored to be at the same table with him and sharing a drink. You know, we were drinking our drinks, you know, and he's just, there'll never be no one like him. You know, he was a very kind person, you know, OG, but just old school to the bone. And he's an amazing man. That's why he'll always be remembered, you know, from almost everyone who met him loves him, you know. So so that's what always made the tattoo conventions exciting, and it made me want to go, because I'd get to see him and OG David, you know, Compton David, you know. We met him through Chuco, and awesome guy.
Do you ever plan on you going to the tattoo conventions and tattooing?
No, I would never go to tattoo, because, you know, in those years I'm still learning. I'm not too confident, you know, in my work. But I would go to learn, to meet people, and just to have a good time, you know. But I don't go anymore. It's just ever since 08, it just hasn't been the same for me and for my brother OG Lewis. You know, and it hasn't been the same, you know, ever since, you know, Chuco's passing. Just tattoo conventions, it's just not the same to me, you know.
All right, so let's talk about your tattoos and the meaning to your tattoos.
Oh, okay, yeah. I do have not too many tattoos, at least compared to the guys nowadays. Everybody's full body. I just got several, but I'm not extreme yet. I still need all my chest, all this front. I need to finish my back, and my legs too. But I eventually do plan on doing my whole body, but not my face. But
Why not your face?
I just don't. I don't like the look. I mean, I like how God made me. I don't really want to change it that bad. You know what I mean? I love art, but just I like to be who I am. And I mean, from here down would be fine. For me at least, my taste.
So, do you want to be a tattoo collector, like different tattoos from different people?
It'd be nice. But I just love certain artists' work. I know there is a lot of great artists, but I like the loyalty. I like to be loyal to my artists, but it's hard. Because sometimes they're too busy or whatever reason they have. Sometimes they can't get you in, and you're forced to find a new artist, and that's like my situation right now. It's unfortunate because I love the guys who have tattooed me, and I've always took care of them the best I could with because I'm an artist. I know that a tip means a lot. Whether it be $20 or $40 or people have tipped me $100.
Wow.
And that's just a tip, and I'm like, I mean, the sad part about it too is because my clients, they're different. Some are very poor, some are medium, and some are really rich. And sometimes it's the poorest person
that hooks it up the most
that gives you the $100 tip. And it shocks me. And I even say it's okay. You don't have to. But that's something I've noticed. That gives me something. It kind of mentally checks my brain that if I was ever to get wealthy, I want to be the giver. I want to be a giver, known as a giver, not as a just not be cheap. You know what I mean? Because
Clem's not greedy.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely, the more money I get, the more I'm gonna bless people, and that's from the heart,
Yeah,
that's right here.
Yeah,
because
that's real talk right there.
Definitely.
So, what's your next tattoo that you want to get?
I really haven't been thinking about my next tattoos because I'm so focused on I own several cars, and I'm so focused on working on them. And getting them running, and just keeping them, I guess it was just keep them, maintenance basically, just maintenance on a car.
Clem got some bad cars. We're gonna get into them in a minute.
Yeah, so I've been focusing on that, and plus, sometimes I'm like a girl. I feel fat.
What?
You know what I'm saying? I'm in touch with all my sides. You know what I mean? But I feel fat sometimes. I don't want to take my shirt off and be like, "Hey, tattoo me right here." I feel fat, so I said, I got to work on the body. Do some exercise, and then I'll feel more confident. Hey, tattoo my chest and tattoo my stomach.
So Clem's gonna get it back in the gym, or what's up? Because I've seen the pictures he posts on Facebook where, man, he was cut up back in the high school days.
Yeah, high school, I was into that stuff, man. But hey, you get older and you just get naturally fat. You know what I mean? Because I love food and I love to relax. But I need to at least start walking or something. Because I'm getting up there in age, man, and I need to trim down. Just for my own health, and so I could feel better too about myself. Yeah,
that's cool. So let's get into your tats. Do you mind showing us some of your tats so we can check them out?
Yeah, it's cool. All right, everybody has personal meanings, but just this is my 63, and a girl. I don't know if you'll recognize her, but anyways, and just a couple things. Always Jesus Christ, and this was my first tattoo, the panther right there. And mostly all my work was done by Marcos Mejia, except for my portraits here was done by Rob from Numb Image. It was goes by the Fresno Don now. So he did these, which, man, I really love. He did an amazing job. I'll always be grateful for that. Yeah.
What about some of the ones on your head?
Oh, yeah, I always, like I said, I love Jesus Christ, so I got him here. And my father, who passed away in '08, he's always on my mind, so I wanted to put him on my head. And here, Niana, she was a friend of mine who passed away, and I just never want to forget her because she was very kind to me, And I think in the back is Jesus Christ and the Virgin Mary. I know it's hard to see, but it's a little something, But I appreciate everything. Everyone watching, I appreciate it,
A full body suit coming soon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about some of the artwork that you have posted up right here in your studio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, these are the ones, I did with the pastels. There's a couple of pastels. That's my brother in the yellow. My brother John. He's up in Corcoran right now, and he's just he's on vacation, but I love my brother so much, and that's his portrait when he was younger. Now he's in his 60s now, but this is an older photo that I did of him, and this is a friend of mine named Nancy. I did her portrait, just to do it, and I customized it. And everybody knows Mil Máscaras. I had to represent, with the Mexican culture right there. And I got a freehand drawing I did right here. Something a little different, And here's a painting that everybody seems to like it. It's very simple, but it's an old Pachuco, and from back in the Zoot Suit days. And over here I got a couple of paintings I did. And I didn't really know how to paint, but I guess you never really know until you try, And of course, that's my dad, and much props to my dad all the time,
So let's talk about your cars now and your car club.
All right. Yeah, well, about my cars, man, I've been collecting cars since '93. And first car, that I ever bought that was a lowrider was, my 1963 Impala. And, that I bought.
Everybody's seen it around.
Yeah, and I wanted to go very similar to the Boys in the Hood car, the convertible like that, because that
Super
was
clean.
Yeah, that was to me the ultimate car you could ever have, and so I had to do it almost exactly the same, because I wanted to fulfill my dream,
Yeah.
And thank God I accomplished that, and
How long did it take you to build that car?
oh boy, yes, since that went from '93 all the way to about, I think I might have finished in '96. It was kind of a long process, and a lot of money,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And he still got it.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm keeping that one till the end, brother. Till the last breath, bro. I ain't selling that car,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But that's just, that was my first car. Second car, can't even remember what was my second car. All I know is I got a 63 convertible, 64 convertible, a 62 hardtop, and I got a 1950 four-door Chevy Bomb, which is, that's my new love now. I love bombs now. I still have my Impalas, but now I'm a bomb guy. I guess because I'm getting older and my interests are changing. And
are you gonna get another bomb?
Well, I have several projects, and they're just they're stored, but they're all messed up. I mean, and I'm not.
Eventually, the plan's to get them there.
Oh yeah. I got a lot of them, bro. I mean, I know there's rich guys who got.
And they're not for sale either.
Yeah, no, they're not for sale.
So don't hit them up.
Yeah, but I'm a poor man, but somehow I end up having 5 projects. You know what I mean? 5 bombs and 5, plus the cars I have. So it ends up being a high number, but like I'm not like rich. How some guys are? They have 100 cars and they keep them all up and they're all beautiful. So
yeah.
I'm nothing like that, man. I'm just a poor Mexican. Just trying to survive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about your car club.
Right. Yeah, I'm in Chingon Car Club. It's representing. Yeah, we're about 5 members, and we've only been around for about 2 years. But in those 2 years, we've done a lot for the community. That was our main focus. I was in another club for 20 years. But this club is we're kind of more in control of it. It's only 5 members, so we all have the same mindset,
Yeah.
And our mindset is to do for the community, do for the elderly, do for children, So, whatever God blesses us with, whatever little we get so far, we use it to give back,
Make it work.
Yeah. I mean, I could talk forever on it. The things we do, but I mean, even though we never do enough because we want to do more, but yeah, it's just we've done some really great things, and I'm very proud of my car club for supporting, because we all support it, we're all in the same.
Shout out to everybody in Chingon Car Club.
Amen, man, for reals, yeah.
Yeah. So what about car shows? You guys throw a lot of car shows, right?
Yeah, we started one. It's already been like the 4th annual for the elderly. It's Golden Living Center. We do them a car show, and we invite the whole town or actually everybody to come in. It's a free show, and it's a beautiful thing. That the elderly come out and they look at the cars, and
what do they do? Like,
they remember back in the days.
Take them back in time.
Takes them back in time, and. Man, it's a beautiful thing, It was a good idea how we just thought of it, and thank God it all came through, and hopefully we could keep doing it,
Yeah.
I mean, there's always road bumps, the town, there's always some people against it, and it's always hard, but
you get it done.
Yeah, we're gonna keep pushing forward with it,
That's cool. Tell us about the art galleries, the art shows that you've done too.
Yeah, lately I haven't had time to do art, because I've actually been lazy. But those are really nice events, because sometimes, I don't know, people my age or, like, we maybe don't like going to the clubs and doing all these other things, So one art night, like rent a, have a space and do an art show just to show people's art. I like to invite my friends who are artists, and I want them to show their art too, and it's a fun thing. I mean, all the lowriders come out, we got a DJ, and it's just a time to relax. I mean, I'm sure everybody watching, they do them in LA all the time, it's just our town is so small that we're not used to that kind of stuff, but I wish it could be like Los Angeles, how they do them humongous art shows and everybody participates, but it's just harder here for some reason.
Eventually it could get there.
I hope so, man, because man, there's a lot of talent here.
Yeah. And what about the models that you brought over here? Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, I thought of the concept of doing an art show, but since I'm not too known, I wanted to bring someone known. So that's when I had seen Bambi. She's right here in the.
I don't know if you guys can see her, but she's up there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bambi in the 805. Hella
shout out to Bambi. She came to my first art show and my second art show, And man, it was a hit, man. Everybody loved her. Everybody bought her T-shirts. Everybody bought her magazine, her pictures.
Showed respect.
Yeah, she was amazing, and you know she looks amazing. She's a great person. So I was really fortunate that she liked my art show, you know, because it was in such a small town, you know, and
Yeah.
we weren't sure who was gonna come out, but I mean, a lot of people came out, and
Yeah.
you even were there. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
It was awesome, bro. So
That was cool.
yeah, I appreciate it too for people supporting the things I do like that. You know?
Yeah. So let's go to music now. What type of music does Clem like to bump in his lolos?
Yeah, man. When it comes to music, I have a weird taste, you know, because I love the old mariachi music. You know, mariachi Vargas. You could put that on Pandora,
Yeah.
and it'll bump all the old stuff, you know. And see, to me, I love that, and it's just puts me at ease. Even when I'm tattooing, I play mariachi music, or I'll play. You know, Chalino Sanchez, or you know, Ramon Ayala, you know what I mean? Like, just that music to me is the best, you know. But
What is it about it?
it must be my roots, you know, my Mexican in me, bro. That Aztec shit, you know what I mean? Because look at me, fuck, I'm browner than brown, you know what I mean? But I love it, you know. And you know, secondary comes, you know, the rap and the oldies, you know. I play that too. I mix it up, and you know, I even like punk rock shit, you know, like Stray Cats, and you know, 80s stuff, David Bowie, you know. I like weird stuff, you know. And
Every day's different. Depends what you're in the mood for.
yeah, and I'm glad to say it too, because I'm glad I like a little of everything. I mean, the country, I cannot deal with it. You know, you know, I hate's a strong word, but I do not like, you know,
Dislike it.
yeah, I hate country music. I just don't like it. I mean, you know, and it just goes to my old job when I used to cut meat. You know, they used to play.
Is that what they had on there all day?
Yeah, oh my God, it was bad.
Gives you
bro.
flashbacks?
Yeah, so I hated that job.
Did he get cut on? What happened?
I cut a piece of my finger off, man.
Damn.
Yeah, and thank God it grew back. You know, at that time I was going to church a lot, so you know, a lot of prayers. People prayed for me. My finger kind of grew back. I chopped the tip off.
Oh yeah.
You know, but yeah,
That's crazy.
That's real. That's a true story, man. But you know, so I had to get out of that field. You know, but I put 16 years in, and I had to get out of that field so I could pursue the art. You know, the tattooing. And thank God it was the best thing I ever did. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the gear that you wear now, because Clem's known to wear some Pendletons or Tejana.
Yeah, man, I'm known to switch it up, man. But the older I get, the more I start falling back on the OG style. You know what I mean? The stuff from the 70s. How my brothers, because I'm the youngest out of my family. You know, all my brothers are older than me.
Yeah.
So I grew up seeing their style. You know, they're tatted up, and they're old school. So they used to wear, you know, the Pendletons. They taught me everything about the style I'm wearing now, you know. And to me, it's a classic look, you know. I mean, I like to button it to the top, and it looks clean and presentable. I mean, you could go to church and you could go to the mall and you still look good, at least in my opinion. You know, it's a nice, clean style.
Yeah.
And you know, that's what I like to wear. But you know, still, I like to switch it up. I mean, sometimes I'll dress up like Tupac, you know. I'll fucking put on the camouflage gear, you know, like the military clothes.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel great in it. I love it. It's different, and it still has that little gangster edge to it. You know what I mean? And you know, I love it. But you know, growing up, I tried every style. 6th grade, I was a punk rocker. You know, I liked that style, and it was weird. And you know, roll up shirts, a La Tigra with the, you know, now kids are probably doing it nowadays, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tried the skinny jeans, but back then it was 501s tight. You know what I mean? It was
Clem wore skinny jeans?
They weren't skinny; they were 501s. But we wore them to fit. You know, we didn't know about baggy.
Yeah.
You know, 501s. That's just how it was when I was growing up. You know what I mean? And yeah, in high school I was weird too. I had long hair. I had the mullet, so I thought I was cool. And people thought I was cool, and those are the weirdest styles, like the wedding singer.
Yeah.
Wedding singer type shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've been through all the styles. You know what I mean? But now I'm comfortable with who I am. Eventually when you get out of high school, you find out who you are. You become comfortable with the person you're becoming. Hopefully. You know? And I'm comfortable like this. And I might not fit in with everybody, but I've never had no problems. I've still, I don't know, it's just been good, like I said, I mean, shoot, haven't had no problems. I hang out with sometimes, with the poorest people and the rich people and in between, so basically my look hasn't affected me too much,
Yeah.
I haven't had really too bad experiences, I mean, but there's always one or two bad experiences, people want to...
Ignorant people.
Yeah, man, they want to test you. They want to punk you. They want to.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. It's sad, bro. Cause we're raza. We're all from brown. We're all Mexican, and yet just for a certain color, if you're wearing blue shorts or red shorts, all of a sudden you're a part of that gang, and. I don't know. I never liked gangs. I never was in gangs and kind of against gangs, and
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not my thing. I mean, you gotta love everybody. That's my philosophy. Love everybody. Everybody's your brother. Everybody's your sister. You gotta have that kind of love, like the church, how they teach you in church. My mom and dad taught me that way to try to respect everybody and accept everybody, especially your raza, your people. You gotta love them. You can't be, oh no, he's wearing blue, hate that fool, or he's wearing red, hate him. Man, I don't know how they brainwashed the whole world to think that way now. You know what I mean? And I'm sure both sides of gangs, they've lost special people, to gangs like that, just because of what you're wearing. You know what I mean? And I wish it wasn't like that, but basically, I mean, nowadays you gotta watch out what you wear, Pretty sad, man.
Let's get into food now. I've noticed on your Facebook you're always at this restaurant or that restaurant, different types of food. Well, where do you like to go?
Oh man, yeah. Now that I'm my own boss and I make my own schedule, and every day, I mean, I don't have to work every day if I don't want to. So now I make the most of it. I like to go eat at restaurants. I take my mom or my nieces. And when I say nieces, I mean my nieces are in their 30s. They're not my little 4-year-old nieces. I got nieces who are 30. Kids and married and everything, so I call some of them up and we go eat together. And our favorite place, it's my mom's favorite place, it's called Chakura Chai. Much props to them. They cook in front of you. That's when they do the teppanyaki. So we learned about it.
So you're already known up in there.
Oh yeah, man. I'm pretty famous there. That's about, I'm pretty famous there, man, and it's because I'm a good tipper, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a good tipper. I tip my brothers right there, man. They're cooking for me, so I got to take care of them, so, I believe in that, man, and it's a good, I love eating that teppanyaki, man. It's bomb, at least once a week. Yeah.
So where else do you like to go?
Well, sometimes I visit Hooters, and it ain't like the before. Before I had a fun time at Hooters because my friend Gonzalo, he used to work there, and he knew all the girls, so they were always special nice to us. When we go in there. But see, he don't work there no more. So when I go in there, nobody knows me. It's just like, oh, okay, it's just a basic thing. But back in the days, it was more friendly because we knew mainly everyone there.
Yeah.
But I try to go maybe once a month to that.
What about here in Sanger?
Oh, in Sanger, man, we got that spot called Chuck Wagon. Much props to Chuck Wagon.
Yeah.
They're hooking up chili dogs and fries and all that good stuff. But it's like, I think that place has been around since like the 50s.
Oh yeah.
So it's just a iconic spot. It's the food's bomb. That's why it stayed open. Because in this little town, everything closes, bro. She got businesses closing and they only last a year, and it's pretty sad. But that spot's been open you could almost say forever. And we're proud of that little spot, this town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Big Mama's. Big Mama's is cool too.
Oh yeah.
I like what is it, the Boston Shake?
Yeah, that's a newer little spot. Yeah, that Boston Shake.
Bomb.
Ooh. Yeah, they know how to make it, brother.
Yeah.
They're bad.
So where do you like to go on your time off? Do you like to travel, or where do you go?
Lately, my time off is kind of goes with the same as I just like visiting restaurants, and taking my mom out. My mom is 81 years old, and I lost my dad back in '08. But we always, I always made time for them. I always took them to restaurants to go eat, and so it's just.
Cherish the time you can be with.
Yeah, I'm so fortunate that God has put that in my heart that instead of going out with friends and stuff, I'd rather take my mom out and my dad, back when I had my dad. So then I still keep it, I still do it. Now I take my mom because, I lost my dad.
All right, let's get to the next question. This one's for the ladies because the ladies want to know, is Clem single?
Right. Well, normally, man, I've been single almost my whole life, you know what I mean? And recently I did start dating, which is a good experience, man. It's been a long time, I mean,
Yeah.
I would say the years, but they have gone by without me dating, I mean, I've been years without dating, and so shoot, I'm blessed that I got a chance to date,
Yeah.
recently, and it's been really nice, I'm so lucky.
Everything going good?
Well, yeah, because like I said, I'm blessed, man, because I'm not the greatest looking man, you know what I mean, but man, God bless me with
God blessed you with game.
I was just like, dang, the last girl I dated, she's gorgeous, bro. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like a model type girl, you know what I mean? So I'm just
So what does Clem look for when he's dating a woman?
Well, you see the movie Shallow Hal?
Yeah.
I'm in. That's me. I'm a shallow bastard. No, I mean, man, I guess because I'm an artist, man, I look for looks. You know what I mean? I want her to be beautiful and feminine and pretty. It's like my downfall. You know what I mean? Because I know sometimes the girl that's not that pretty, she's gonna treat you better. You know what I mean? But me,
So you know this already.
Yeah, I try to go for looks and stuff, but man, it ain't really all about that, but I'm keeping it real. You know what I mean? I want to have someone I'm proud of. I don't want to be sleeping next to a girl and be thinking like, damn, I could do better, man. I could get a prettier girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be satisfied. Like, be like, this is the ultimate woman to me. She has everything I need. And so basically that's kind of it. You know what I mean? That's why I have high standards for myself, and that's why it's kind of a downfall, though. You know what I mean? Because it leaves me sometimes with a lot of lonely nights. Because my standards are high, man.
Yeah.
And I just can't lower them. You know what I mean? Because then I've tried. I've dated ugly. I've dated ugly girls. You know what I mean? But I make their life miserable. Because I'm still. They got the wandering eye, you're looking.
Oh,
you know
man.
what I mean? I'm hurting people because you're not happy.
Yeah.
You're just settling. So I try not to do that, but like I said, it costs, man. When you decide not to settle, then you're gonna have a lot of lonely nights. You know what I mean? But see, if you believe in the Lord and God, and you gotta trust in Him that He'll bring the right person in your life, even though it's gonna take a while, bro. So. Believe me, man, waiting ain't no joke, bro, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy,
Yeah.
Because loneliness is pretty rough, bro.
She's out there though.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm back in the dating scene. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm blessed, man. Just holding a woman's hand, man, at the movies or something, kissing. That shit's bomb. I mean, it don't have to be all sex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So taking it slow's good, man.
So let's get into some of your Facebook posts right now, because some people be tripping off the stuff you put on there.
Right.
Are you serious with everything you put on there, or most of them just jokes and people just don't take it the right way?
Yeah, well, this all started back on MySpace. When MySpace was popular, I would come up with a thing called Question of the Day. Because I don't have all the answers. I have more questions than answers. So, yeah, I started that up on MySpace, and then that died out. So I kept going with it on Facebook now. So yeah, I asked the questions like do you check your man's phone, or do you check your woman's phone every day, or every once in a while do you do a check? So just things that gets the mind going, that gets the things that we don't like talking about. I like to bring it up, bring it to light. You know what I mean? Because some people, hey, they don't believe in checking their boyfriend or girlfriend's phone.
Yeah.
But that's when you find out that they're cheating. You know what I mean? You could ignore it. Or you could be smart and on your toes and check shit. You know what I mean? So I put up just questions that gets my friends thinking.
Get them thinking, yeah.
Yeah, kind of controversial. And I just enjoy doing it because everybody has different reactions, And,
Are most of them positive or negative?
It's a 50-50, man.
Yeah.
Some people hate it, and some people love it. Some people hate me, and some people love me. So it's just... I don't mind, though, all that stuff. But I gotta do it. It's in my heart. You can't. It's not good to keep stuff in. You gotta let it out. And hey, if people don't like you, they'll unfriend you. Or you'll get. I really, man.
What about reports?
Oh yeah, I hate that, man. Yeah, people have reported, pictures that I think are funny.
Yeah.
They don't like it. So yeah, you get reported. Sometimes they've took me out for like a whole week. And it's just that's like. That's like snitching. You're snitching on your own friends. I mean, I got friends on my Facebook. They snitch on me. That's weird. You think, they're my friends. They're cool, but they're just ready to snitch on you.
Yeah.
Over Facebook. You know what I mean? So I get surprised, man, when I get reported and things like that. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, because I'm sure you guys have got reported from your own friend list. You know what I mean?
So is there anything special like that you want to say, that you want to get off your mind or let people know that we might have missed?
Definitely, man. The first thing that comes to my mind and my heart is, of course, man, how important God is, and I hope that everyone listening, if you don't like anything I said, man, I hope that you just, have God in your heart, and always try your best to do the right thing. You know what I mean? If I could relay that message to the whole world, I would want the world to give honor to God. I don't care who your God is. I mean, I believe that probably every religion is all going. You're believing in one God somewhere. So I have to give God props on everything. You know what I mean? That's something that I feel in my heart. And you, like I said, you could be any religion you want, but always make time for whoever your God is. You know what I mean? And another thing very close to my heart are my parents, man. Without them, I would be nothing. You know what I mean? I've worked hard all my life, but yet my dad, he worked his ass off a million times harder than me. And I don't want to say he set me up for life, but he kind of did. He really did. He took care of me, and he made sure that as I grew older, he took care. He set up my future, kind of. You know what I mean? If things didn't work out for me, he always had like a safety net for me.
Yeah.
I know a lot of kids nowadays don't have that. They don't have parents who set them up. Like a safety net, in case you don't make it in your career. So my mom and dad, they took care of me like that. And that's why I say without them I'm nothing.
Forever grateful.
Yes, and another important thing in my life is my family. My brothers and sisters. Hey, sometimes we don't get along for whatever reasons. I still love them, and I know they love me too. So it's just reality, bro. This is, sometimes we have disagreements and stuff with our own family members, but I just pray to God that we could all be united sometime. Yeah, so that's kind of something that I want to talk about, and I appreciate that you let me speak on what's in my heart.
Yeah. All right, now let's get into some Facebook questions. Earlier this week, we posted up if that we're going to be interviewing Clem, and if you had a special question, to post it on this page, and that we would pick a few of them. And we're going to go with the first one with Miguel Gonzalez.
Yeah, that was an awesome, idea you had, to include my Facebook friends,
Yeah.
And normally we were gonna do one question. We were gonna pick one person.
But there were so many good ones.
Yeah, and we had I'm like almost up to 5,000 friends, so like one wasn't gonna do it. We had to have at least. So there's
Just a few of them.
Yeah, so we got about 5 or 6, huh?
Yeah. So the first
Yeah.
one's from Miguel Gonzalez, and he wants to know who did your first tattoo.
Yeah, Miguel Gonzalez, that's my nephew, man. You know how you always got that favorite nephew or the one that you just relate better with? That's my favorite nephew,
Yeah.
Miguel. And I call him Mikey. So he's asking me, Uncle, who did your first tattoo, but because he knows we're not too far apart, you know what I mean? I taught him, or we both learned how to tattoo at about the same time. I was started like in 99, so at that age he was probably 18 or 17, so he was my first person I let tattoo me, which and hey, it wasn't the best idea I've ever had, you know what I mean, but hey, we all got that first tattoo.
What was it?
It was a Panther. Back then I'm a Tupac fan. I'm still a Tupac fan, so I wanted to represent a Panther right there, because hey man, when someone's your idol, man, you want to be like that dude, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I did it right. I had it done. My nephew, he was learning.
Is he still tattooing now?
Yeah, but he does it part time. He's not like me. He's not dedicated to every day and researching and stuff. But he does it. He has his real job, and then he does this on the side. You know what I mean? It's just mainly. He never pursued it all hard,
Yeah.
But that was my first tattoo was that, and hey, that's why he wanted to get his name on on the interview. So hey, much love to Mikey, man.
Yeah. Props to Mike. All right. The next question is from Reina Agama, and she wants to know how does it make you feel when you hear others talk about how great you are?
Yeah, well, when I hear people say, yeah, you're great, you're a great artist, it only humbles me, because, in my heart, I believe, I feel, man, I've worked hard to be whatever I am, but it always just humbling to me, man. I don't really want to be believing that I love to say I'm great, but in my heart, I know, hey, I'm a flawed individual. I need to always be better, but it just makes me humble. But I'm not gonna lie, I love to say I'm great, because it just, man, when you say something positive about yourself, you start believing it, you know what I mean? And you gotta be like that in life.
Gives you more confidence, and you can start doing better and better.
Yeah. So it's like a weird 50-50 thing where, hey, you could, you know what I mean? It's just how that is,
Next question is from Carrie Lynn, and she wants to know if you could go back in time, if you would consider a different career besides tattooing.
Man, well, I was never an athlete. I was never good at sports, nothing. But honestly, man, the only other thing I could think of that is out of left field, but man, I'd like to be a preacher of the Word of God, be a minister, because, not for the money, but I've seen the mega churches, I've seen the good side of it. Could have a good side.
Yeah.
Being a preacher has its blessings, and it's probably the hardest job you'll ever have, but yet you're guaranteed, man, following God, you're guaranteed going to heaven. So, there's no really better job than being a preacher.
Yeah.
So, in my heart, I feel if I wasn't a tattoo artist, if I knew, man, I wouldn't mind being a preacher, man. It's just a thought I have, that is grown on me, as time goes by.
Have you always thought like that, or?
No, I never did, honestly. But it's just as I get older, that thought is growing. And plus, like I said, when you see the mega churches now, back when I was a kid, every preacher was poor. Every preacher had a bucket car. He had one suit. He'd probably wear it, all week. And just, so every preacher I seen was poor. So, but as a kid, I'm like, I want to be like the drug dealer guys. I want to be the guys with the cars and the beautiful women. That was my goal, you know. So that's why I didn't pursue preaching and all that, because they were the poor guys. They were the guys with the.
At the time, that's not what.
Yeah, they were the outcasts.
We weren't feeling that.
I wanted to be accepted and looked up to, you know,
Yeah.
and so that's why I didn't pursue that kind of career. It never crossed my mind till now. Like I said, there's some really.
Do you think eventually you'll do that or get into it, or?
You know, hey, if I meet the right woman, probably. Because see, sometimes it takes the right woman in your life that's gonna,
that extra support that pushes
that
you.
extra push, that extra support. Yeah, like you said, man, that, you know, I could be a preacher one day, man. I mean, it's not.
I could see that.
You know, I honestly think I could do that. You know, but you know, I don't know yet though. It's I still have you know this tattoo career going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, still working. All right, let's get into our next question. Now, Lori Alizana, she wants to know, what's your biggest fear?
Oh, okay. Biggest fear. Well, I'm gonna have to go with biggest fear is would be losing, you know, losing a loved one, a family member. You know, I don't even like talking about it, you know, but it is something that I fear every day and that we have to face every day, you know. We never know. We're not guaranteed another second or minute or a day, but
Right.
that's always been my biggest fear is to lose a family member. And hopefully that will never happen, but yet that's a sad part of life, you know, that we can't control, you know. But I like the question, though. I mean,
that's a good question.
Good question from Facebook.
All right, our next Facebook question is from David Lopez Jr. And he wants to know, how do you feel about being self-employed, and do you miss your 59 Impala?
Yeah, David, man. David Lopez, very great friend of mine, you know. From many years, and he, you know, I appreciate that he wanted to ask me a question, and you know, he's a fellow self-employed person, you know, like me, and he cuts hair, and much love for him, and yeah, so he's asking me about how do I feel about being
self-employed.
Well, it's scary, you know, because, you know, you're not getting, you know, your regular check at work every week, and every day, you know, I noticed that it tests your faith, you know. Like I said, you know, I'm a big believer in Christ and in God, and I just kind of go with what the Bible says. You know, it says that something like God always will supply, like he gives the birds every day their little food. He supplies, you know, everybody with a little something. So I know that God is going to supply me work, and that's what I kind of put my trust in the Lord for that, because you know, man, you know, that's the thing about being, you know, a tattoo artist, is you never know who your next client is, and you never know who feels like getting a tattoo, you know, and
or who's gonna cancel on you.
Yeah, or who's gonna cancel and who ain't gonna show up. So yeah, so it's just a scary feeling, but yet you gotta have, you know, believe in that higher power, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
You know.
And what about that Impala?
Yeah, the 1959 Impala hardtop. Yeah, he remembers that car. I mean, nowadays I notice that a lot of people love that car, love 1959s, and you know, back when I had it, it wasn't a big deal. You know, I never really got too much. People really weren't big fans of it. You know, well, guys loved it, but women thought it would look like a Batman car.
Batmobile?
Yeah, big Batmobile. So I was like, you know, I don't mind losing it. And then, you know, I sold it to a guy from Japan, and he paid me a good amount for it, and so I had to let the car go. But yeah, it always haunts me. If I could do it over again, I would have never sold it. But
Do you know what ended up happening to it? Did you ever hear from the guy
the last
again?
I heard, the Japanese guy that bought it, he didn't take it to Japan. He ended up giving the car away to the interior guy who did the work. His name's Rico. Go to Rico, and so Rico ended up, from what I understood, is I think it got shipped to Europe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they restored it from how I had it.
Yeah.
Because I had it with hydraulics, Dayton's, skirts, but they made it original, and then they sent it to Europe. I think so.
Did you ever see pictures of how when they got it back to original?
No, but I seen them doing the interior, and man, they got down.
Down.
So whoever got it got a beautiful car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go, David.
Yeah. Thank you, David. God bless you.
All right, our next Facebook question is from Griselda Romero, and she wants to know, would you ever date a disabled woman?
Yeah, Griselda Romero, great friend of mine from Southgate. Yeah, if would I ever date a disabled? She said,
Yeah.
disabled woman. I never really thought about it, but if hey, sometimes you can't help who you fall in love with. I mean, if she caught my eye and I thought she was a beautiful woman, I don't see a problem with it, and especially if she's beautiful, man, I
All for it?
mind. Yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, hey, I'll try something new, I mean,
Yeah.
I never have dated someone like that before, but I'd be open to it, I'm a shallow person, but I'm not that shallow, I mean, especially if I'm in love, and if she has what just makes my heart, bump, then I'm all for it,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be a tripped out experience,
So Griselda has a chance still with you?
Last time I checked, she had a boyfriend, so.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, yeah, but she's sweet, she's kind, and she knows. I've even went to visit her over there.
Even I went to go visit her.
Yeah,
She probably doesn't remember me.
We all went to visit her.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother OG Louie and
Lives down the street from Greenspan.
yeah, it was awesome, man. We went to visit, Griselda. It was awesome, man. Hopefully soon we'll be back,
Shout out to Griselda. What's up?
Yeah, Griselda, we love you.
All right, so before we leave, who do you want to give shots out to?
Oh man, I got a lot of shout outs I could give out, just straight off the top of my head. I want to give you the biggest shout out, for thinking about me, I mean, I'm not no celebrity or anything, but I'm just, an artist who tries his best, but yeah, you kindly asked me for this interview, man. I appreciate
It was just right. You're my tattoo artist, so I got to give you the honors,
Man, hey, I thank you for that, brother, and I wish you luck, man. I pray you all watch his channel, blow it up, you know what I mean? Make that shit happen for this guy, man. God
Chicano
bless
Style
us.
TV.
There it is, you know what I mean? So much props to him. Yeah, and like I've said in the video, man, props to my parents, props to my family, props to props to my brother OG Louie, and
What's up, OG?
yeah, Joey, DJ Stretch in the mix. So many, man. Big Mike, my homie. I gotta mention Big Mike. He one time my '63 Impala caught on fire when
man.
we were cruising.
Damn.
And I panicked. I didn't know what to do. So this guy takes his shirt off and puts out the battery fire. You know what I mean? And he saved my car, bro. I mean, $40,000 car. You know what I mean? And
All right, so I think that's it, Clem. I want to give a big thank you to you for taking out the time and just
You're welcome.
taking time to speak to me. And hopefully everybody gets to check this out and everybody likes the interview and they got to know you at a more personal level. because you got a lot of followers on Facebook and real interactive with everybody, and I hope everybody likes it.
Yeah, me too, brother. I mean, there's enough hate in the world. I don't want to be add more hate. You know what I mean? I hope people like the video instead of hate, because, hey, we don't need hate.
Yeah.
But, man, thank you, everybody, for, taking time out to watch this. And, I just want to say, God bless you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. And you're watching Chicano Style TV, Cardo Mac. Clem, if you want a tattoo, hit him up.
Clems Tattoos.
Yeah. How do people hit you up?
Well, you can hit me up, man. Basically, Instagram. I'm on Instagram. It's Clems Tattoos. Also, well, Facebook. I'm kind of already up to the 5,000.
5,000, yeah.
5,000 limit. I might not have no room on the Facebook, but Instagram it. I guess, and it's Clems _tattoos. I'm pretty sure you could find it if you looked for it.
If you can't find them, go to the Chicano Style TV page and look under my friends, and he'll be there.
Right. And I want to give my respects and much props to all the artists out there. I don't care where you're from, man. God bless you too, because our job's hard, man, and it ain't easy for us, and just I want us all to just hopefully we could all unite, and do our jobs, man, and keep pushing forward, and just be friendly with each other instead of all this competition and stuff that's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Cool. All right, then. I think that's it. So don't forget, if you're in the Central Valley area, Sanger, California, that's where Clem Tattoo's out of. Hit him up for some good work.
Yeah, little town, Sanger. Representing.
All right. Chicano Style TV, we're out.
Peace.